I don't get it. I don't get the hate for this movie. I don't get it. Why do people cry so much about this fucking movie? Like, what is so bad about this fucking movie? Like, I do not understand it. Like, I mean, it's more of a 50-50 thing. There's people that hate this movie, and there's people that love this movie. It's like a 50-50 thing. And the people that hate the movie, that's fine. You know, that's their opinion. I don't fucking problem with their opinion or anything, but I don't get the hate, because this is definitely a lot better than Chapter 3. A lot better than Chapter 3. Gosh, Chapter 3 sucked. Shitty characters, shitty story. This had a better story and way better action. Way better action. Especially the part where fucking JW, John Wick, had that fire gun. That's like one of the best parts of the movie. He has that fire gun. He goes room to room, blasts people with a fire gun and shit. That was like one of the best parts of the movie, man. That shit was awesome. And the other best part about the movie is where, you know, he's in the room with fat Scott Adkins, him, Kane, and Mr. Nobody. They're all sitting at the table, you know, playing cards, pointing guns at each other and shit. That was one of the best parts too. And him fighting fucking Scott Adkins was fucking hilarious. The thing is, I thought for a second there, I thought that was Alfred Molina from Spider-Man 2 playing, you know, the fat guy wearing the pink suit and shit. I thought that was Alfred Molina. Then it turns out I found out it was Scott Adkins wearing a fat suit. I'm like, I was like, what the fuck? Scott Adkins in a fat suit? What the fuck kind of idea was that? It's so hilarious because I thought that was Alfred Molina. You know, from Spider-Man 2, Doc Ock. For a second there, like I said, I thought that was Doc Ock. I was like, he looked just like Doc Ock. If Scott Adkins actually really got fat in real life, he looked just like fucking Alfred Molina from Spider-Man 2. I swear, guy, he looked just like Doc Ock. And a lot of people didn't like that either because, you know, Scott Adkins in a fat suit. They didn't like seeing Scott Adkins in a fat suit. Come on. I mean, what was so bad about that? That shit was fucking hilarious. It worked so perfectly, too. I don't get what's so bad about that scene, but it worked perfectly. It actually worked really well in the fucking movie. And I don't understand why this movie gets a lot of hate. But somehow the third one doesn't get a lot of hate. I don't get why people like the third one so much. The third one is the worst one in the John Wick series. It's so boring. It was more talking than more action. This has more action and better story than the fucking third one. I don't know. I'm not a fucking crybaby. I'm not gonna fucking whine like they did. You know, I'm not gonna be like that. You know, I enjoyed it. I really fucking enjoyed this fucking movie, and I sat there and watched this shit. And I enjoy almost every single fucking scene of this movie. People are calling this shit a parody. People are calling this type of name about the movie. People are saying that about the movie. Look right now. Okay, Chad Stahelski and Keanu Reeves put a lot of work into this movie. Okay, 2 hours and 40 fucking minutes long this movie is. That's how long this movie is. Because the rest of it, people think it's like 3 hours long. It's almost 3 hours long because the 9-minute credits. This movie's actually 2 hours and 40 minutes. But listen to this, okay? They work very hard on making this movie. Just for all you guys to watch this shit. For all you fans of John Wick. Especially the people who are pissed off about the fourth movie. They work really hard on this movie. They didn't work on the movie since 2020 or 2021. They worked on the movie for a long time, and they deserve a lot of credit for what they did for this movie. All you guys that bitch and moan, whine, this and that, stop it, okay? Just stop it. Just appreciate what they did for you fucking guys, you know? Appreciate what they did to make this fucking movie. They work hard. They work hard to read the lines and do this scene, do that scene. It's a lot of work. Plus, you got to cut a lot of shit out. You know, it's a lot of fucking work, especially making a movie. It's a lot of work. So you guys got to appreciate these type of things. You know, don't just bitch and moan, act like a spoiled baby. You guys, you want this, you want that, you want this type of story in here, you want that type of story. Grow the fuck up, you fucking baby. Grow up. Quit whining, man. Damn, it's like, I don't get what's there such a fucking whine about. But anyways, let's go back to the review, okay? So the movie starts off where, you know, John Wick is in the Bowery King's fucking lair. He's like training and shit. And Lawrence Fishburne comes down the stairs. He got his suit for him. He's like, you ready? He's like, I'm ready. And he cuts to him in the fucking desert shooting these motherfuckers. And he walks up to that guy that runs the whole Egypt thing or whatever the hell you call it. And bang, shoots in the fucking head, kills him. Good. Good, that's the way to start the fucking movie. Kill all these motherfuckers. Except for that fucking begging pussy shit he did in the third movie. Then it cuts to Charon and Winston, and they kill off Charon because the whole thing with Bill Skarsgård's character. Bill Skarsgård supposed to be the Judicer or something like that. He runs the whole. You remember how the third movie had like a different? No, I don't think he was the Judicer, but he's one to run the whole high table and stuff like that. But yeah, he runs the whole high table and there's consequences, so he decided to kill Charon because consequences because the whole thing with John Wick and this and that. So the high tower guy decides, the high table guy decides to fucking kill Charon, and that happened. They killed off Lance Reddick's character. That's ironic because in real life the actor died and his character died in the movie. That's very ironic. Very, very weird how his character died in the movie and then fucking weeks go by, he dies in real life. I was like, what the fuck? I found out that he actually died of a heart disease that he had. He was fighting. So that happened. He had a heart disease. Rest in peace, Lance Reddick. That sucks he died, Then the next scene, it cuts to Japan, I think. And fucking this Japanese dude, Hiroki Sanada, did they pronounce his name? I remember him from that fucking shitty Mortal Kombat movie. Look, he's not a bad actor. He's just that he's been in a lot of shitty movies. That's the problem. This movie is good. It's just that he's been in a lot of shitty fucking movies. It's a goddamn shame because this guy does have talent. I really like this guy as an actor. And also, oh man, Akira. She's a fucking babe, Akira. This chick's playing Akira. She's a fucking babe. I was like, damn. Like I froze when I saw her. I was like, damn. I think I'm in love. This bitch is hot. I was like, god damn, for a fucking Japanese woman, she's pretty hot looking. And she plays his daughter and shit. I was like, god damn, she's fine as fuck. Where'd you get this sexy ass chick from? I found out she's like a singer or something like that. She's like a big singer in Japan or something like that. And that's why she got in. I don't know how she got in this movie, but this is like her first movie she's ever done. And I was like, she actually did pretty good just doing this her first movie. People actually shit on her character too. It's like, what's wrong with Akira? Akira actually did pretty good. And that's right, I am sipping hard for Akira. So back off, alright? She's my babe. But anyways, let's go back to this movie. So, what happened? Oh yeah, Hiroki Sanada's character went upstairs, talked to John Wick. How the fuck did John Wick get from Egypt to fucking Japan so quickly? Like, what the fuck? He used instant transmission or something like that? Like, where I was like, what? How the fuck did John Wick get here so quickly? Oh, yeah, speaking of which, another character that's in Japan, a guy named Mr. Nobody. Now, first off, I did not like this character in the beginning. I was like, this guy sucks. And then he started to grow on me later on. I'm like, this guy actually is pretty cool. Before, I didn't like him because I was like, who's this random black guy? And where was he from exactly? I never seen this guy ever before in any other movie. Like, I'm gonna look who this Mr. Nobody is. Who is this actor? Shamir Anderson. Who the fuck is he? Who's Shamir Anderson? What the fuck is this shit? Oh, he's a Canadian actor. Who the fuck? He's from shit like Stowaway. Never heard of that. I never heard of this guy. He's just some new guy from Canada. I'm like, who's this black dude? It'd be good. They should have got fucking Michael J. White to play Mr. Nobody. That would have been great. If you saw fucking Scott Adkins, Donnie Yen, fucking Keanu Reeves, and Michael J. White all in the same room together. You know how fucking awesome and legendary that would have been? All four of them in the same room together? All four martial artists in the same room together? Like, how the fuck did they fuck that up so bad? How you not have fucking Michael J. White be Mr. Nobody? You know how fucking awesome that would have been? How the fuck you not do that? Like, I can't believe it. It would have been legendary. All four were in a room together pointing guns at each other, playing cards. Like, come on, really? Whatever. This guy's good enough, I guess. But yeah, Mr. Nobody, he's this black dude who's also on the run for John Wick. He wants that money, that $20 million. And he has a dog. And he has a dog like John Wick, There's nothing wrong with a man having a man's best friend, I'll tell you that right now. I love dogs too. Like one day in the future, I'm gonna get like a dog like John Wick has, that big black dog. I want to get one of those dogs that John Wick had in the movie. So the next thing that happens is these fucking goons showed up from the High Tables place or some shit like that. These goons showed up, and one of the guys from that other movie, I forget what it's called, he's in this movie. He's like this big buff ass dude, and he was talking to Akira. He's like, I want to talk to the Japanese dude or whatever the hell you want to call him. And the whole big fight scene happens, and John Wick is ready to whoop some ass. And that scene's fucking hilarious too, because the girl Akira was like, "You ready?" And John Wick pulls his gun out. He's like, "Ready." I was like, that was like the funniest shit ever. He's like, he just pulls out his trusty psychic gun. He's like, "Yep, ready." That's like one of the most funniest shit ever. It was so fucking funny. He's like, "I got my handy dandy notebook," but he got his handy dandy gun. Like, it was so fucking hilarious. He's just like, ready. He pulls his gun out. They go around shooting these dudes and shit like that. You know. Oh, yeah. Fucking Bill Skarsgård hires Kane. He's played by Donnie Yen. And everybody knows who Donnie Yen is. He's a legend from Hong Kong. You remember him from movies like Yet Man movies. I only like the fucking first Yet Man movie. That movie kicked ass, Yet Man. He will always be known as Yet Man more than Kane, because he is Yet Man, and he kicks a lot of fucking ass. I have Yet Man on Blu-ray. That's the only one I have, is the first one. I didn't like the sequels that much. Just like with John Wick Chapter 3, I thought that shit sucked. You know? Yet Man 2 and 3, the only thing I like about Yet Man 3 was the part where, you know, Mike Tyson and Yet Man were fighting. That's the only part I like in that movie. Yet Man 2, I don't know. It was a ripoff of Rocky 4, so I didn't really fuck with that one that much, you know. But anyways, yeah, fucking Bill Skarsgård hires fucking, well, like I said, Donnie Yen, Kane. Kane's this blind ass dude. He's a legendary assassin, but he can still like whoop a lot of ass and shit, which he does. And I really like this character too. In this one scene, these dudes in Japan would like tell him, "Come on, do your job." He's like sitting there eating fucking noodles and shit. He's like, "All right." He started whooping these guys' ass. He started putting these fucking what do you call it? Those monitor things, alarm monitor things, so he can hear where they're coming from, because he's blind and shit. I feel like he should do that more often. He put those alarm things on the walls and shit, so he can hear where they're coming. He should do that more often in the movie. Those are pretty good ideas. He started whooping their ass and shit. I really like those scenes, you know. Like I said, I really enjoy these scenes. Actually, there's more action in here than anything, and I really like it. A lot of people got mad because there's too much action here. It's really stupid. There's too many action here. Shut the fuck up. It's a movie. Like, come on. It's over the top. It's too stupid. Oh, so Chapter 3 is not stupid? Whatever. So, what else happens here? Then Kane and fucking John start battling upstairs after John fought all these big ass goons and shit, and these SWAT team dudes and shit, you know. They start fighting and shit, you know. Mr. Nobody gets in between, you start shooting them too, or some shit like that. And John Wick gets out of there, and then fucking Kane's blind ass kills Hiroyuki Sanada's character. Akira wants revenge against Kane because he killed his fucking father. Killed her fucking father. And, you know, God, she's a babe. Like, I was like, God damn. Every time I see her, every time she popped on the screen, I was like, I can't stop looking at her. I was like, shit, she's so hot. I'm like, God damn. Like, I can't stop saving about this bitch. She's so fucking sexy as hell. God damn, for a Japanese lady, I'm like, shit. I mean, there's a lot of sexy Japanese girls, don't get me wrong, but she's definitely like one of the hottest I've ever seen in a while. But anyways, next thing you know, what else happens next? I'm trying to remember everything. I just can't remember every fucking scene. So next thing you know, John Wick goes to visit Winston at Sharon's grave, and he was telling him my condolences, this and that. They talk about the whole the fucking high table guy, you know. He was like, you can't just go over there and just shoot him. They'll just get another guy. He was like, all right, so well, what should I do? He was like, well, the only thing you can do is you can fucking challenge him or some shit like that, or whatever the hell, you know. You gotta do all that shit, you know. He was like, oh, is there just a challenge? So yeah, there's this he's like, I thought it was a myth or something like that. No, it's not a myth, John. Oh yeah, I forgot about Clancy Brown, you know, Mr. Krabs. He plays the Harbinger. He's the high-ranking operative at the high table. and he wants, makes the next person for, the man is the whole high table and shit like that. And I really like him too, man. He really fits in this movie, Clancy Brown. I really like this guy as an actor, man. He's a really good actor. I really like this guy. And what else happened? So John Wick decides to go to that church place, and he puts his guns in the basket. Then all of a sudden, this fucking priest shoots him with a gun. I was like, what the fuck? And he gets fucking tied up and with the whole guillotine thing. Not guillotine thing. He gets roped, and this girl wants revenge against this guy who killed her father or something like that. I guess everyone's father's dying, huh? In these movies, huh? So this guy named Killa, like I said, Scott Adkins is fat as fuck in this movie. He looks like Alfred Molina for Spider-Man 2, Doc Ock. So John Wick decides to go there, and Mr. Nobody sees him there. He follows him there, and he calls Bill Skarsgård up. Oh yeah, before that, Mr. Nobody and fucking Kane were at the high table's place and talking to Bill Skarsgård. Bill Skarsgård stabs Mr. Nobody in the hand and tells him to go find John Wick and kill him, and give him the money or whatever the hell it is. So he goes to Berlin, called Bill Skarsgård up and said he's in Berlin. All right, go ahead, kill him, do something, bring him here, kill him, whatever the hell. He's like, all right, whatever. So he decides. Kane comes there also, and fucking John Wick sitting at the table with Killa, or fat ass Scott Adkins in his fat suit. They all sit at the table. It's like, this is like one of the best scenes. They're all sitting at the table playing cards, pointing guns at each other and shit. They had the whole shootout with each other and all that. That scene's really awesome. And the whole chase scene with John Wick and Scott Adkins, they had that fight scene and shit. I thought that was awesome. Yeah, they reused the whole dance club thing again, even though I didn't mind it. I really enjoyed that fight scenes and stuff like that. And, fucking Killa dies from falling down the stairs. He fucking breaks his neck or some shit. And John Wick takes the tooth out of his mouth and gives it to the lady. And the lady decides to work with John Wick so he can face the high table dude. So he can make him not the high table guy anymore, so he can face him in a duel. So he shows up to the high table place, and the place do that card thing or whatever the hell it is, so they could do that gun battle shit with each other and stuff like that. I was like, all right, cool. So that's cool. They can just do that shit. So John Wick gets ready, trains, put on his suit, and Winston, the Bowery King, give him his gun and stuff like that. The fire gun. Give him the fire gun. And he's ready. But the only part that I did not like in this movie was the Warriors references they had in this movie. If you guys didn't see the movie The Warriors, Warriors come out to play. Well, the thing is, they actually used one of the things from the movie where, remember when the black lady was talking to the microphone? She's this radio girl. She was talking on the thing. It's like, all right, you boppers, this and that. Same with this movie. She started playing the song, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, got nowhere to run. That bothered me because it's just that shit does not fit in a John Wick movie. Having that in there, it's just that, why you put that in there for? That's not original at all. You're just taking ideas from a fucking great ass movie like The Warriors and put it in here. I don't think that part was needed to put that in there. I don't think that part was needed at all to have that in here at all. It's just threw off the movie for me when they had the Warriors references in here. The whole, radio girl saying, all right, you boppers, I'll play this Nowhere to Run song on here. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, got nowhere to run. It doesn't fit here because the Warriors were mostly about, fist fighting and shit. Besides Luther having a gun, this movie is all about shooting. So it's like a totally different thing right there. And two, like I said, it does not fit here. That was not needed to have that in here in this movie. Like, that's like the only problem I had with this movie was that. Like, that shit kind of made me cringe because it does not fit here. And I understand the director is a big fan of the movie. Even I'm a big fan of the fucking movie too. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, The Warriors. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's like number 2. But it does not fit here. That shit does not fit here. But anyways, the whole thing happened with John Wick gets in a shootout in the streets with these motherfuckers, shoot these motherfuckers. They'll get hit by cars and shit, and he tried to go up the stairs so he could do that thing with that Bill Skarsgård guy or whatever the hell it is. You know, Bill Skarsgård doesn't want to do it because he's a fucking chicken shit pussy. He wants Kane to do it instead. So they go up the fucking stairs, you know, they had this whole fight scene, and this big buff ass guy kicks him down the stairs. And I understand that it was a little too overboard of him rolling down the stairs forever, but it does make a lot of sense because, especially if somebody kicks you so fucking hard, it'll make a lot of sense because of course you'd be rolling down the stairs forever because the guy kicked you down the stairs. Like, it does make a lot of fucking sense if you think about it, you know. But there's times I understand that they did it for too long, but it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense why that happened. It does make a lot of sense. But yeah, he gets back up and he fights the motherfucker, you know. And Mr. Nobody gets in a fight with him too, and this and that. And fuck, I think Kane kills him, I think. And Kane helps John Wick up, and they get up to the stairs and this and that, fight these other guys. John Wick uses fire gun. One of the best parts of the movie is that fucking fire gun. That shit was fucking awesome. That's one of the best scenes in the movie. Use that fire gun. That shit was awesome. Especially how did they shoot the camera with that whole scene of him going to room, shooting people with a fire gun and shit. But do you know what this movie reminds me of? It reminds me of an old cartoon on Newgrounds called Madness Combat. If you haven't watched Madness Combat, search it on YouTube. Type in Madness Combat, and you'll see what I mean. Because these characters do remind me of that cartoon called Madness Combat. Like I said, if you don't know what I mean, look it up on YouTube. It reminds me of that. These action scenes remind me of Madness Combat. But anyways, yeah, this is definitely a live action version of Madness Combat. But anyways, what else happens? So now John Wick and Kane have this little, you know, duel shootout thing with each other. They do this duel thing, and I think John Wick shoots him a couple of times. Kane shoots him a couple of times. I think John Wick gets stabbed or something, or whatever the hell it is. I think he gets stabbed. I forgot what happened. Then fucking John Wick kills Bill Skarsgård. I think he gets in the middle or something like that, and he just shoots him, kills him. Like, yeah, kill that motherfucker. Fuck that guy. And fucking Mr. Nobody was like laughing about it after he shot Bill Skarsgård in the head. I was like, he's like laughing and shit. That was funny as hell when he was laughing about it and shit. He's like drinking a beer and shit, sitting down. That was funny as hell. Then afterwards, John Wick dies. Come on, he didn't die, you idiots. You think John Wick is just gonna die for a couple of bullet wounds and a stab? Come on, he's John Wick. The guy's immortal. Why do you think they do it at John Wick Chapter 5? But yeah, John Wick's not dead. Come on, you think he's gonna just die from a couple of bullet wounds and shit? Come on, you see how he is in these other movies. He's not gonna just die. He's faked his death so he can wait all these fucking crazy ass people. He want to just live his life. But anyways, yeah, this was a pretty good fucking movie. And I don't get the fucking hate from all these fucking nerds on YouTube hating about it and shit. See all these fucking people bitching and moaning and shit. Like that one guy, what's his name? Italian Fardian, where you pronounce his fucking name. And he's like start fucking bitching and moaning about the movie. He was just so annoying. Like, I can't sit there and watch that guy anymore. After he complained about John Wick 4, I'm like, I can't watch this guy anymore. I just unsubscribed from him and shit. It's like, it's just... He was just going way too over-exaggerated with the whole review. It's like, he's like very, very annoying with the whole review. I was like, I gotta stop watching this shit. It's just terrible. You know, I mean, it's fine. You know, I respect his opinion. He doesn't like the movie and stuff like that. But he doesn't have to over-exaggerate the whole review. And most of the time, he talks about other shit instead of talking about the movie itself. I mean, I understand if you talk about the other John Wick movies, you know, but he talks about other fucking movies that's not John Wick at all. He goes around talking about this other bullshit that nobody really gives a fuck about. They want to hear him talk about John Wick 4 and the other John Wick movies in that fucking review. These movie reviewers just don't know how to do movie reviews the right way. They don't know how to do it. They just fucking talk about other shit. People want to hear you talk about the movie. That just says on the video. It says the title right there. It says it right there. That's what they came to hear you talk about, not about this other shit. But you get what I mean, right? It's stupid. Like, then you gotta skip around the video. You go to the right part. Even when you go to the right part, then he start talking about this other fucking movie that's not about John Wick 4. You know? But yeah. Oh yeah, there's like a post-credit scene where Kane gets killed by Akira when he started to try to see his daughter and shit. Hey, she wants revenge. I mean, he killed her fucking dad and shit, so revenge, you know? You know, I wouldn't mind they do a Akira spinoff. I don't mind it. They're saying they're thinking about doing a Akira spinoff besides Kane and Mr. Nobody or something like that. I would love to see a Akira spinoff. Like, this chick is hot. I love to see her go around and shoot people with bows and arrows and shit. She was sexy as hell, especially that one pose she did. That Akira woman is one piece of ace. And I know, dude. Well, anyways, I say the word anyways a lot, don't I? I say a lot, right? I use the word anyways a lot in this review, huh? I definitely do. But, yeah, I really like this movie, man. I give this 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie for what it is. Definitely better than 2 and 3, I'll tell you that. 1, 4, 2, 3. 3 is the worst. 3 is definitely the fucking worst. Like I said, this shit had a lot of great action in here and a better story. Oh, no, chapter 3 is better than chapter 4. Oh, yeah, boring story. John Wick used horse legs to kill people with, and he fucking, he begs for help. Oh, yeah, great fucking action movie. Fuck out of here. It's more like a Young and Restless movie than anything. Fuck. I still can't believe how people think chapter 3 is their favorite one. I just don't get it. I mean, it's their opinion. It's just that I just don't see it as my favorite one. No way. The first was my favorite one. This is like number 2. You know. But that's it for this review. Quit whining. But one more thing. If they ever do a movie like a crossover movie between John Wick and Agent 47, it will make so much fucking money. It definitely would. If they actually did that fucking type of movie, a crossover between John Wick and Agent 47, and they would battle each other, you know how fucking awesome that'd be? It'd be like RoboCop and the Terminator battling each other. That's how fucking awesome that movie would have been. But somehow they didn't do that yet. Like, what are they waiting for? Do that fucking movie. Oh yeah, a couple of questions. Number 1, what happened to John Leguizamo? Like, what happened to his character, the guy that fixed John Wick's car? What the fuck happened to him? He's only like the first 2 movies, and after that, you don't see him no more. And number 2, what happened to that Marilyn Manson song, "Killing Strangers"? What happened to that song? That should have been in this movie. That should have been in this movie also.